Shalom, shalom, Yahshua Allah. Want to start off first things first, giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakadash, which in the Pele Hubachans, created Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the sister brothers living the truth, and shalom to the brothers and sisters that's listening and studying. Show yourselves approved. Shalom. About to show you a series of clips, Yahshua Allah, about probably about 3 stories that are going under the radar. You know, they should be full blast on mainstream media, but Esau is pushing under the rug for whatever reason, to make themselves look good. And I'm gonna just put some spotlight on it, and we're gonna run it through, the scriptures biblically, and then you're gonna know why Esau's pushing under the rug, because Esau is looking bad right now, and it could be even worse. He's pushing stuff back, believe it or not, Yashua. He's putting stuff under the radar. Things ain't been talked about because it could really be much, much worse for this Edomite. And when I say Edomite, Esau, I'm talking about the so-called white man. He's got a real bad campaign going right now. And he's even got stuff that's being pushed under the rug to where it could be even worse. It's going to come out. It's going to come out. And it's going to be straight over with for Esau. He's in a straight exposure campaign. So we're going to I got about 3 stories, 3 little clips we're going to watch. And it's gonna show this devil, being the devil, trying to hide his dirt, because they off chain, man. So I'm gonna start up the first clip we're gonna show. Is gonna be a ex NFL football player, Edomite. He had a Eve as a girlfriend, and he told Eve to get down and worship him. He pretty much wanted to do some role play where she's a slave and he the master, and she didn't want to play it. So he got mad on a stir-word, rage, and he wigged out and he beat her up. Beat up real bad too. Almost beat up where she almost died. She luckily made it to her phone, called the police. Man, this Edomite was beating up the police, the stories I heard, Yashua. He was fighting the police. That dude was on a roid rage. And Esau has kept it under the rug. Dude just not get convicted. And he did this 2 years ago. And they really didn't want to do nothing about it. But, certain people made him talk about it, put spotlight on it. And I think he gonna get a little slap on the wrist. He ain't even get charged with what I believe he should be charged with is like an attempted murder, because that's what he tried to do. Because in his monologue, he talked like that's what he said he was trying to do. He said he couldn't believe she was still alive. This is an offensive lineman. 6'6", 6'7", 300 something pounds. Eve ain't that. She big, but she ain't that big. And I'm just let dude play back a little bit of the situation, and then we're gonna run it through the scriptures. And this happened a minute ago. I remember when it first happened, me and Jake was talking about it, but nobody really talked about it. It was swept on the rug. I talked to a lot of people that don't even know who dude is. They ran this story like for 1 or 2 days on ESPN, real small, like, and then they just let it go. Just right under the rug. And now it's popping back up because dude got some, he looking at a little bit of jail time. They're gonna give him a slap on the wrist. And I bet Eve learned a valuable lesson, like going to Esau ain't better. Dude dang near, deleted her, unalived her butt. And so let's listen to the little clip.
Zeta Black here. Shout out to everyone that's tuning in. I want to talk about Chad Willer. I spoke about him a couple of years back when this story first broke, in regards to him trying to break his girlfriend, beating her within an inch of her life. This guy actually thought that she was dead. And you know what he did? He went and ate and was shocked when she was still alive. Well, he has been sentenced to jail time for this particular situation. We're going to get into the story. We're also going to get into his now ex-girlfriend reacting. Her name is Aaliyah, I think it's Aaliyah Taylor. We're going to get to this. Now, it took a while. This story kind of went away and we didn't hear much about it. So it's been almost 2 years. But finally, his lawyers were fighting this, trying to keep this from happening because this guy is very guilty. Mm-hmm. And there was a lot of evidence against him. Mm-hmm. A lot of evidence against him. I was one of the first people to speak about this story. There were a lot of people, a lot of famous people, especially a lot of melanated people, a lot of melanated women that ignored this, that did not want to speak about this. They'll talk about everything else. I mean, these people are still talking about Trump. He hasn't been in office since 2020. But they won't talk about the fact that this melanated woman was beaten within the inch of her life by her supposed boyfriend. And you know why this happened? Because he told her to bow down to him. I remember I did 2 live streams on it on my Jada Black Live Streams 2 channel. I spoke about this. And I spoke about how it just seemed like this guy was obsessed with showing that he had control over this woman. Why did he feel like he was so valuable to tell this woman, his girlfriend, to bow down to him? And there was a lot of media personalities that wanted to ignore this. They love talking about black men this, black men that, black men beat black women. But they were very slow to talk about this topic. Why is that? Why did we have to push them to talk about this? But they want to talk about black men. They want to demonize black men. Listen, I don't care who none of you heifers date. Just stop complaining online then.
Okay, that's enough of that. As you heard him say, I was complaining about black men do this, black men do that. And see, men like him that's in the dark don't understand the reason they do that is because we're under curses. And Esau wants the whole presentation of the Israelite man to be that of, we're no good, we beat women, we deadbeat dads, and there's, everything negative. That's why they call us black people. They want everything about us to be negative. Like right now, they're talking about Keke Palmer and her boyfriend because he done allegedly put his hands on her. But they ain't talking about this dude who almost killed the Eve. They ain't saying nothing about that. Why? Because it's Esau. Esau's be painted in a good light. He's white. He's pure. They don't do stuff like that. They're great dads. Family man. The whole nine. But when it comes to Jake got to be just good. And I like what that comment says. It says black feminists, y'all mighty quiet. So let you know that's the whole atmosphere of this society, American society. Jake man supposed to be at the bottom and Edomite man at the top. And Eve felt like she really did something when she gets her Edomite man. And then the Lord gave her straight up judgment, let her know like who you with is the devil. And she felt that. And a lot of Eve's gonna feel that. As this economy collapses, the dollar collapses, Esau's not built for adversity. See, Esau wasn't ready to deal with Eve and her funky attitude. As you look at chick, she wear the weaves. You tell she's one of them smart mouth chicks. As a Jake, we deal with our women being smart mouth. We just blow it off, whatever, call her name and continue on our day. Esau can't handle that. He got to go over there and he got to, grill up on her. Plus, he don't like Eve no way. They just fetishize about Eve, want them for their box, but they really don't love our women. And he wanted her to do like some slavery stuff. Like, he probably looked at her like, you're a nigger woman. Do this. And then, Eve got the attitude, so he went over there and showed her some NFL strength. And it's going to get worse. It's going to get a whole lot worse. So, let's get to the scriptures. That's them curses. And that's that narrative Esau, wants in his kingdom. Straight up. So I'm going to start out with Zechariah 11:4. It says, thus said the Lord, my God, feed the flock of the slaughter. Verse 5, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. This dude, when he got up, when it first came out, he was like, I ain't guilty, I ain't do it. Man, this chick had pictures, and she was messed up. If anybody watched that show, Martin, when his head was all swelled up, that's what Eve was looking like. Like, she was toe up. And dude tried to say it first, he ain't do it. They got police reports, her calling, like, get out of here, man. But they all say that, like, I ain't do that. And then if they do get caught, they say you should get over it. Get over it, It was a long time ago. And I'm going to keep reading. It says, and they that sell thee say, blessed be the Lord, find rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. And that's, that's the state that Esau used to be in. He coming out of that now because, hey, we got the real shepherds out here. We getting the truth, we getting the wisdom, we getting the knowledge. So we ain't listening to Pastor Porkchop, because Pastor Porkchop don't care about his people or the community. If he did, he'll preach the truth. He doesn't. That's why I say the shepherds pity them not. Pastor Porkchop done us a big time disservice the whole time we've been here, you know. Call Halom Yahweh Shah for the real men of the Lord, the real shepherds. Now we can finally get some truth. And it says they sell them and say, blessed be the Lord, for I'm rich. Esau got rich off the back of selling our people, off our labor, the business they done got, because they had to pay us back in the day. They really want to go back to that system. You see, without that system in place, the economy is crashing, because Esau's not a good businessman. Esau is really dumb. He can't do nothing beneficial. Only thing Esau can do is wickedness. And with him having to pay us a decent wage, his whole system is bellying up. He can't really do good business. So that's that precept right there, who's possessed to slay them and hold themselves not guilty. That dude, like dude said, Jada Black said, dude was throwing money at that. It looked like he was gonna get off. I think only reason Eve got some justice because we getting closer to, salvation. We're in that smear campaign. Like Yahweh Shah is exposing Esau. That's the only reason I feel like she got some, some justice. The little bit of justice she did get, because he got assault with battery. He should have got attempted murder, like I said. And they didn't want to kick dude out the NFL. I noticed for Jake do that, you seen Ray Rice when he hit his little wife and he got kicked out the lead, and they paraded him around for like almost a whole year. He just the worst of the worst, kicked him out immediately. They didn't want to kick dude out immediately. They didn't want to kick him out the NFL. They didn't want to do nothing with him. They want to sweep it under the rug. And I think she kept fighting it. And with all the evidence, they had to find, make dude go ahead and lay down. But they didn't want to do it. And everybody was quiet. I heard Stephen A. Smith talking about it. Malika Andrews, nobody. It went right under the rug. But I'm like, had that been a Jake football player, he'd have been gone for sure. As a Jake, man, NFL player, you beating on a Edomite woman? Oh, whew. And they still be talking about dude if he did that. So they just let you know, go get this. It lets you know, Yashrala, this Psalms 73:5. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men, because Esau's in his kingdom. So he gets a thing called white privilege. So Esau commit crimes and get it swept under the rug. Where Jake can do a lesser crime. His stuff gonna get blasted. He gonna get a lot of time. They love locking up Jake. So that precept fits, man. It's talking about the wicked. They're not in trouble as other men. Esau can be speeding, got some drugs in his car, get pulled over, and he ain't got too much worry about it. Like Esau be like, man, just slow it down, or here, take your drugs away. As far as Jake can have insurance up to date, license, no drugs, and he still sweating bullets. Esau can be having a bad day on the job. Tell Jake to get out and say, Jake, Jake reaching for a cell phone. He say he reaching for a gun and just la 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 la. And guess what? Most likely he gonna get off. So that's precept right there. I said the scriptures reign supreme. Because that fits Esau to the T. They are not in trouble as other men. Neither are they plagued like other men. They ain't got the issues we got. And really, when you look at it though, everything we go through, the adversity we go through makes us strong. Esau don't go through adversity. So really it made him weak. And that's when this adversity comes, Esau gonna fold up easily. That's why I'm not gonna feel bad for any Jake that's in a relationship with an Edomite and it go bad for them. That's really what you get for being foolish. So I'm not gonna care. Especially like Eve, you're vulnerable. You with an Edomite man, he loses his job or the dollar crash, you know what he gonna most likely do? Hey, he gonna take a firearm to everybody in the house and give you judgment, because he can't handle adversity. That's the good thing about being with a Jake man. If you got you a solid Jake man, especially if you got a hopeful Jake man of the Lord, like we're built for adversity. We can make $1.15. We got faith. We're gonna be all right. We got compassion. We got love. Those are things lacking in Esau. He doesn't have those characteristics and qualities. And when things get bad, which they're gonna get bad, woo! Hey, every Eve gonna wish. She gonna know then she messed up being with that Edomite. And they go for the Jake man too. They got Edomite women, because she Hey, she no good too. She's the counterpart of that devil. So, hey, and keep that precept locked in your heart and in your mind, Yasharala. That Psalm 73 and 5. Because watch this clip I'm about to play next. It's gonna fit that to the T. This next clip I'm gonna play. Let's see. Check this out, Yasharala.
Testified a moment ago to Senator Butler that every child gets a Know Your Rights presentation. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Is that before or after you release them to labor traffickers?
Senator, every child that comes into our care gets a Know Your Rights presentation, as well as...
Have you read these New York Times reports? These stories, the series of stories the New York Times has done on the children who are in your care? Have you read them?
Yes, I have.
Have you read that children are scrubbing dishes? They are operating heavy machinery. They are delivering meals. They are harvesting coffee. They are working construction. They are working as housekeepers. They are working overnight shifts at plants where they are not paid. They are not going to school. They are not cared for. They are not getting meals. Almost all of it illegally. Are you aware of that? That's a yes or no.
Yes.
Do the Know Your Rights presentation help them in those situations?
Senator ORR...
That's a yes or no, I think. Do you really think that you're helping these children by releasing them to labor traffickers and, yes, sex traffickers? 85,000 children whom you have no contact with, and your answer is we gave them a presentation before we turned them over to these people who are exploiting them on a scale not seen in this country for 100 years, a century. Testified a moment ago to Senator...
Did you hear that, Yasharala? So...
They are not going to school. They are not cared for. They are not operating heavy machinery. They are delivering night shifts at plants.
Pause it on that.
Yes, I have.
The Edomite
scrubbing dishes. They are operating heavy machinery. They are delivering meals. They are harvesting coffee. They are working construction. They are working as housekeepers. They are working overnight shifts at plants where they are not paid, they are not going to school, they are not cared for, they are not getting meals, almost all of it illegally. Are you aware of that? That's a yes or no.
So I wanted to pause it on that devil right there. So as you just hear what's going on, this is a court hearing. They have evidence against the Biden administration of trafficking children, as you can hear from that other senator, for sex, and it sounds like work labor. Like they done lost their butlers and all of that. So now they just got little children, taking care of their house needs and all that little stuff. And she got that. Well, they get a Know Your Rights thing. That's a devil, man. And you see, well, they both devils, but they Edomite woman right there. It's not they get a Know Your Rights presentation. What the is a Know Your Rights presentation? And then you total disregard their rights, putting them into slavery. So she feels like them reading them a Know Your Rights presentation that absolves them of all wickedness. See, that's how Esau get down. And this is in court hearing. This is like evidence. And nobody's talking about this. This is the very hot topic, the child, trafficking. And now we see who's doing it. It's the Biden administration. It's all the administration. It's all of the politics, the elites. They all do that. Epstein was just like the tip of the iceberg. And that dude, ain't nothing going to happen either, because that other dude, that senator, he in on it too. So you'll see this get swept under the rug. And if you wonder why children go missing and they get trafficked, and you want to know who's doing it, it's the government, as we just heard through this clip. So he up here telling it. He probably didn't get enough money out the deal, or they left him out the deal. So he telling, which, hey, since that been said, let me go get this precept. That's that one we just read, that Psalm 73 and 5. Because you're hearing all this is being presented, and nothing's going to happen. But as I was saying that, in that, speculating on that clip, a precept popped in my head, about how these devils do. And I think it done slipped my mind since I talked about that. I'm trying to think, what precept was that I was about to go. Oh yeah, when I was talking about them telling on each other. Because he's telling it. He got the evidence. You hear she only want to answer yes or no questions because she caught. She straight up caught. And she ain't nothing but a little lackey, Biden them sent her out, Kamala Harris, Nancy Pelosi, they sent her out to go talk, and she don't even want to. And we gave them a know your rights presentation. What the, man? Hey, these people got to go. This place has to burn. You can see right there, y'all. Say they doing children, and they're talking about it in court, so you know about it, but nothing's getting done. Why? Because they're all in on it. Judges, lawyers, the doctors, all top Edomites is involved on this thing. So this is Job 18:7. The strips of his strength shall be straightened, and his own counsel shall cast him down. So he's part of the crew, and he tell it. Because he didn't get, I bet they gave him a little couple billion or something out the deal, gave him a little children. He wouldn't even brought that up, that case. But something happened, and now he's telling it. They all gonna telling each other. That's the funny part. That's how we know we at the end. The Edomites telling on each other. And I'm loving it, man. It's just funny. She didn't want to say yes or no. She just, and then she feel like, well, we gave them a know your rights presentation. Like, for what? You selling children to known traffickers for that should be automatic jail time for everybody. But if they did that, all the government would be gone. All your government, all of them be gone if they did that, because that's the ones doing it. And like you said, it said the steps of his strength shall be straightened. His strength, when they say straighten, you're in a straight jacket, you're powerless, can't move. So Esau losing power. So Esau losing power, they eating each other. They telling on each other, like, I'm not about to go to jail for this. I'm going to tell y'all been trafficking children. That's what's happening. Them children, they be at the border. Man, they turn up in these government offices, man. And they use them for whatever. They underground. Adrenochrome, look that up. Using them children for that. And you see they in the office talking about it. 85,000 children, Yasharallah. And it's documented and nothing's being done. You don't hear this on the news. They not talking about that on the major news outlet at all. And that should be the number one thing. Joe Biden, they should be talking about, major charges for all of them. Hey, them people looking at L pieces, but it's their system. It's Esau. Therefore, nothing's going to happen. It's going to go right under the rug. That's why for us to get true justice, we need Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah. That's the only way we're going to get true justice. Esau's court system, you don't get no justice with that. You're never going to get no justice with that. So these devils got to go. They got to go, man. Because that right there just like makes me mad that they doing this to children. And it makes you feel powerless too, man. It really does. Because it's like we know it, but we can't do nothing about it till Yahweh Shah raises us up and exalts the men of the Lord. Then we can do something. But now we can just only, make note of it. But these devils, they sweep it under the rug. Nah, man, don't talk about the war. Don't talk about me trafficking children. Don't talk about that. But they all nervous. Oprah nervous. Nancy Pelosi, Kamala Harris, they all nervous. Joe Biden might just go ahead and kick the bucket. Because it's coming out. It is because it's getting known. Everybody got camera phones. So everything is getting put on the forefront. As far as us, the alternate media is doing it, but mainstream media, which Esau owns, is not, talking about these issues. They want really people to forget about them. So, I'm going to go to another one. Another issue that's not getting talked about like it should, but that right there pissed me off, Yasharallah. It really do. So that's crazy, man. So check this out.
Work is underway on the 10 freeway in downtown Los Angeles. It was badly damaged by a fire. And we've learned that stretch of road will remain shut down for the next 3 to 5 weeks.
CBS 8's Kelly Hessedal joins us live right here in studio with what else was revealed today. Kelly.
That's right, Heather and Marcella, if you're heading up to LA for work or to see family for the Thanksgiving holiday, you definitely want to plan ahead. Use Google Maps or Waze and figure out a way around this mess. That nearly 2-mile stretch of the 10 is now closed, and it will be for at least 3 weeks.
Get at least 4 of the 5 lanes open. There will be, as we get these lanes open, some nighttime repair work. So there will be some periodic closures that folks will expect. But the key is to get these structures in a position where we can get cars and traffic moving again in the short term.
And today we learned the federal government is now involved as well. Transportation, that is, Secretary Pete Buttigieg called Governor Gavin Newsom this morning. The governor is also talking with President Biden about the situation. Now, the good news is, rather than tearing the freeway down and rebuilding it, which would have taken as long as 6 months, crews will instead work around the clock to repair what is already there. We learned today 100 columns were damaged in this fire. 9 to 10 were severely damaged. Governor Newsom today says all the pieces needed to make the repairs are in place. All the supplies are there. The contractors are all there. This is just a matter of working as fast as possible to fix the freeway that roughly 300,000 drivers use every day. Now, LA Mayor Karen Bass urging everyone to remain patient.
I've already heard today of an instance of minor road rage. When there is traffic, Angelenos get angry. We need to stay connected to each other and turn toward each other and not against each other.
And now the mayor is asking people to work from home if they can, use public transportation. If you have to drive, she says, use alternate freeways in that area rather than surface streets. They've already seen an increase of 14% in traffic on surface streets, and she says they're just not equipped to handle the same kind of volume that freeways are. So meanwhile, you can also watch the repairs being made online. The state just started a new website, fixthe10.ca.gov. They're going to be installing web cameras before the end of the week, so you can watch the progress for yourself. Heather and Marcella?
Maybe if you see what work is being done every day, you'll have a little bit more patience.
A little hope.
We do know that there was talk about this being arson. What's the latest on the criminal investigation into what caused the fire?
Yeah, the governor was asked that question today. He said they have some early leads based on some security cameras from nearby businesses, but they're still asking the public to come forward with any information. We know the property where the fire started was being leased by a company called Apex Development, Inc., which the governor says is already in trouble with the state for not paying rent, for illegally subleasing their properties. In fact, they're scheduled to be in court on these matters early next year.
Right. Kelly Hessedal reporting live as we get close to Thanksgiving. And that is awfully busy section of our freeway right here in Southern California. Kelly, thanks.
How convenient. A major fire on an LA highway, Yasharala. A major, like, so bad that it shut the highway down. You know, they say over 300 people use that highway a day. So, and then I'm like, the story I heard about how the fire started was just crazy out of this world. So, from what I've heard, there was a company, a building under the highway that, what you say, Apex, and what they did was they had flammable type chemical canisters or whatnot, and they say, oh, that caught on fire, and that's what burnt the house. I'm like, why would you put something flammable under the highway? Why you got companies under the highway anyways? That shows you how retarded Esau's kingdom is. This retarded. And then I feel like I believe this was on purpose, you know, to shut it down. And, you know, at this crucial time, because once you shut the highway down, I can do a whole lot of stuff. So I'm gonna show you what they got done with that. Since that highway burnt up, the governor Newsom was able to, you know, proclaim a state of emergency. And when you got a state of emergency, you know, you got certain rules, certain regulations going to play that the government gets to do. So I believe that was on purpose, and we ain't no telling what they're doing. You know, if anybody that's in LA, you know, let us know how that's going on the comment board. You know, if you in that area, you know, any brothers or sisters, because that is crazy to me, and that's not being talked about enough. Like, and I'm like, all the evidence you go find what Jake doing, and Jake done did this and that, but yet you can't find who burnt up or what caused a major highway to burn up. They said a 2-mile stretch, and like how the fire get that bad? Ain't your fire people supposed to be on it? Like, it don't add up unless you was trying to cause some mischief. You want that highway to be shut down. You're gonna do some diabolical things. So first thing popped in my head when I seen that was this right here. Second address. Or maybe I'm thinking 16. Yeah, usually got this. I know it's either 15 or 16. And the point I want to make is that with that highway being messed up like that, there you go. The second edge is 15, 17. With that highway being messed up, this second edge 15 to 17. A man should desire to go into a city and should not be able. So that stops communication. That stops, transportation. How much money is being lost with this highway, this freeway being down? Right here in the crucial time too. So that's when you want to bankrupt something. Esau looking for any excuse to bankrupt all these stores and close them up. This hurt mom and pops. And there's people, period. They might need that freeway to get where they need to get so they can, make a living in this old wicked kingdom. And now you can't do it because Esau let it burn up. And then he's not even gonna redo it. They said it is gonna remodel it. And I'm like, man, that mug might collapse in a little bit. I'm like the people that's in the comment section. That mug might collapse in a little bit. Fire like that intense type of heat to the concrete weakens the integrity of it. So you gonna go put a band-aid on it. You might, somebody might be driving down the freeway, all of a sudden the mud collapses. You just plunge to some judgment. And that's just carelessness on Esau's part. And I feel like I believe it was something, it's something behind that. We'll find out later, time will tell. But I believe Esau's up to something because that just sounds weird. You don't just let no highway burn up like that. And then dude, oh yeah, state of emergency. Like Esau got something going on, man. That's that fire over here while sneaking some stuff over here. Probably be getting some military equipment in. Might be sneaking some UN troops around. We'll just find out when it go. But just know it's something fishy with that. And they not talking about it on mainstream media. I talked about a couple of people and they like, I didn't even know that happened. I'm like, this should be something that you talk about. But yeah, they want to push all this, all this celebrity news in your face and worry about this ball player and worry about Trump and Israel looking for Hamas. I'm like, it's stuff going on that's just really not getting reported in mainstream media. And that's just Esau, sneaking in the dark, trying to use those underhand tactics. And that's one of them. So I just wanted to put out some news right there to show you that this is why a lot of the political officials are getting scared. Your trafficking scammers started coming to light. This one Jake's caught up in that too. I bet Oprah somewhere scared in the mug. And they might throw Oprah out there, to get everybody to shut up. Like, she was doing it. And I'm going to laugh too. Like, Oprah, that's what you get for kissing Esau's butt. Tyler Perry might get clipped up with it. You just never know. And then we'll find out what's going on with this highway. That mud might collapse a little bit later, down the road. And then you got Edomites beating up on Eves, which is going to only, be more common as their kingdom collapses. And Esau going to just try to sweep under the rug. And that's why the warning's going out now. Get the heck away from Esau. You should not be in a relationship with no Edomite. Separate as much as you can because these Edomites are about to wild out. Their kingdom is about to be destroyed before their very eyes. They love America. They love their country because it's their rulership. And with it being gone, the first thing they're going to do is going to blame us. Yashral, it's your fault. They're going to take it out on you. Their horns going to start showing. That bloodlust going to come in. So it's best to separate from Esau as best you can in your private life. I know we still got to work, go to stores, but you shouldn't be, and you shouldn't be laying in the bed with no Edomite. You crazy as I don't know what. I wouldn't be able to close my eyes with no Edomite next to me. You just don't know what them people, they're not made with love in them. And their system is going. Their comfort is going. So, and they can get rid of you and cry and get away with it. Like an Edomite woman can give a Jake some judgment and just cry her way out of it. She boom boom and he was doing this or he was abusive and they'll give her a slap on the wrist. Same with the man, but more so for the woman. That's why I'm like, Jake being with an Edomite, whether it's man or woman, you messing up. So that's why I had to put that out there real quick to show you that it's real stories going on, major stuff, You know, especially that trafficking ring that the mainstream media is not talking about, and that freeway going down. They declared a state of emergency. They ain't telling nobody. This dude, he can do some things in Cali right now, and would nobody even like know about it like that? Ain't nobody talking about it. So with that, you know, I hope this has been edifying. I want to say Kwam Yashar Allah. I want to say, hey, stay locked in, because Yahweh Shai, hey, is quickly on the way. Shalom.